Earth Day celebration hosted by the fabulous Garden Diva and Lisa Regan. We are so happy that we get to be in this space that is crackling with energy all the time. This is the coolest place to have a party. And as you can see, we have transformed it today. All my fabulous volunteers and the vendors and everybody's just like running around like crazy. We got it done. We're a little late, but hey, time and I, we go way back as not getting along. Anyway, I want you all to have a great time. Look at all the vendors. There's food trucks out. Please, please go out and get a little nibble from the food truck people because they were worried about the weather. We were all worried about the weather, but they're here and we want them to get some business because they came out to support us. So, without more jabbering, I'm going to let Jane Lyon and Laura Larson start off the day with some great music and everybody have a great time. I'm so glad you're here. And Carrie is too.
Thank you, Marilyn. This first song is a Linda McCartney song called This Bird is Flown. I also call it Norwegian Wood.
The third annual Carrie Dickerson Foundation Quilt Art and Music Festival and Earth Day celebration, and our lovely friend Lisa Regan is hosting it at Garden Diva, which is the best place to have an event. We are here, we have several purposes. We are remembering Carrie Dickerson's legacy. She is the woman who stopped the Black Fox nuclear plant from being built at Inola. We don't want to ever forget that if it wasn't for Carrie, we would have a nuke in our backyard, which we don't want. And so Oklahoma does not have a nuclear plant. That's wonderful. We are here to keep doing her work, and we are working with other sustainability and environmental groups, which we've invited today. We are working on green and sustainable energy, sustainable lifestyles, clean water, clean air, clean food for everybody. That's a human right now. Can't be ignored, and reconnecting children with nature so that they care about the planet and they want to save it too. I have vendors here with fabulous arts and crafts, and we have the best music in town today, and I'm just so excited. And it's not raining, so I'm just happy to be here. Love you.
My name's Kimberly. My husband's name is Dennis. He's the woodworker, and we have a business and an Etsy site together called Beads and Bowls. The wooden bowls are made by my husband. They're made of reclaimed wood that has just been knocked down by storms and things in Tulsa. He turns them, and all the jewelry is made by me. I use Japanese delicacy beads and make geometric kinds of bracelets. This one is a little bit wild. I made it just for myself. Each bird is different. But the more common ones just have these kinds of spikes and stuff on them. So they probably wouldn't be worn by too many women in Tulsa, but I love making them, so that's the important thing.
Well, I know I've been painting, she's been painting a lot longer than I have. I've been painting about 5 years, I guess, and I like to paint nature-themed things, either in impressionistic or abstract style, if possible, or funky-looking animals. Sandy?
Well, I've been painting most of my life. I did take a few years off when I was having kids and running all over town. But anyway, I love color. Color is what drives me. And I feel like I can't get enough color, and I just want to dive into the color.
Well, most of the stuff is, the fabric stuff is ice dyed rather than tie dyed. It's a similar process, but you don't tie the fabric up. You just fold it up, put it on a rack, cover it with ice, and then sprinkle the powder dye on top of the ice and let it filter through.
Interesting.
This separation of color and stuff. Because most dyes are a mixture of colors, and the ice lets the pigments separate out.
Everything here is either Czechoslovakian glass, which is one of the premium glass beads you can buy. It used to be the area of Europe called Bohemia before World War I, and they've been making glass beads there for centuries. They're the main innovators of premium glass beads. And some of the metal here that you see, and some of these pieces, they're anywhere from 40 to 100 years old. They were found in the old warehouses of the jewelry manufacturers on the East Coast that went out of business over the last century. Here were decades worth of components sitting there, had been waiting for jewelry to be made on them and never had before. So I buy them from dealers who bought them in large lots. And then, so I buy the pieces from dealers and make beads on them for the first time.
That's why I brought it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
River wash over me and breathe me alive. Deliver us to dancing hands of those that don't hide. Show us the way that cannot be known, revealing all the ways to see that we are all one. This wave of knowing flows across the sky, and who could have guessed the truth was so close by? Take us in, take us down to the water, where we wake up and watch our reflections dancing in the sky. Oh, we're dancing in the sky.
This quilt was restored by Kathy Tibbetts, who couldn't be with us this year. But she took, this is a very old quilt. You can see that it's got some frayed, worn through places. But she took her quilting machine and totally restitched the whole top. And you can see, if you can see, she put a new back on it and new binding around the side. But this is all completely stitched. She made little curly cues. There's little hearts in some of the red places. Let's see if we can find, there, hearts, see that? And little flowers. So she totally went over this whole quilt, over and over, stitching it. She said now it'll hold up to washing or anything.
This is the Cherry Street Poets booth. And we have local writers who have published some of their own work. We have poems, we have picture books, children's books, we have posters. Joey, we have a file, shared file online.
Jim has some of his books here too.
Oh yeah?
And this is Jim Jordan. And Shirley Hall. And we're all poets as well.
Project right here. I've been working on this for 2 years, and it keeps me very busy. So.
Tell me about it.
Okay, this quilt is called Circular Infinity, and it's a scrap quilt that currently is 42 inches, and I'm working to get it to be 60 inches, and I will never finish it.
Well, this is what we do is reach out to the people and try to educate them about what Sierra Club is doing. We have some information about our representation in the legislature, some bills we are working to pass and some that we're working to oppose. And we just are here to tell people about our message of the environment, explore, enjoy, and I got that backwards.
Winterlane Quilts is just a conglomerate of from baby quilts to picnic blankets to bed quilts. I do the hand embroidering by hand, and then some of them are machine quilted. I have a few that are hand quilted, and then I have the old-fashioned tying or tacking a quilt. So I've just got a little bit of everything.
We'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We've been falling in love under the boardwalk. Boardwalk.
Drum solo.
Thought he found my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he kept right on, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song.